everyone, my name is Marina and I'm a real estate agent from California, and this is our new video of San Francisco Bay Area City series. And today's episode is about the city of San Ramon. Just think about it, over 36% of the city's residential property was built after the year 2000, and 55% of it was built from the 1970s till the end of 1990s. I don't know another city that can offer this many new dwellings. Welcome to this beautiful city. Let's start! Not only are we going to talk about San Ramon as an independent city, but also about the entire Tri-Valley that hosts another cities very close to San Ramon as well. So it's impossible not to use neighboring cities' infrastructure when living here. The Tri-Valley consists of three valleys of the East Bay area of San Francisco's Bay. Three valleys: Amador Valley, San Ramon Valley, and Livermore Valley. There are such cities as Dublin, Livermore, Pleasant Town, and San Ramon, as well as Danville, Almo, Black Hawk, and Diablo. Basically, the area is noted for its Mediterranean climate, vineyards, and beautiful nature. San Ramon lies 34 miles away from San Francisco, about 36 miles to downtown San Francisco. So it's 1 hour car ride. It's rare now to catch traffic during the rush hours. Many people buy houses in San Ramon and then drive to work to their IT company's offices in Silicon Valley. The road is approximately 40 miles and it also takes about an hour. San Ramon is far from BART stations, the local above-ground transit system. Usually, people that use BART here drive to Dublin station. Others prefer Walnut Creek station. In order not to worry about finding a parking spot on a BART station, you can leave your car or, better yet, your bicycle in San Ramon Transit Center parking lot and use the County Connection Express bus. These have a lot of road options and they're all scheduled. You can find more information in the description. I would also like to add that San Ramon isn't the commuter's dream. The city is pretty far away from both San Francisco and Silicon Valley, and there is always traffic. And if you'd like to move to San Ramon, then it's better that you work from home, at least a few days a week. Because it's hard to travel that much every day. Statistically speaking, about 9% of San Ramon residents work remotely every day. This number may seem small, but compared to the whole US, 9% of people working from home is actually a lot. Did you know that well-known Chevron company headquarters is located right here in San Ramon? As well as other large companies' offices such as 24 Hours Fitness, AT&T, Bank of West, PGE, Robert Half International, and GE. And maybe you'll be also lucky enough to have your office right near where you live. As for entire East Bay, San Ramon by far has the biggest number of the employers. Many companies' offices are located in the Bishop Ranch. It's the second largest business center of the entire Bay Area. It's the second after Apple Park. The Bishop Ranch is a workplace for over 30,000 employees. San Ramon doesn't have a downtown, so the Bishop Ranch is somewhat of the center of the whole city. It's a place to shop and dine at. Here is Lovely Pound. It's nice to walk around here, have some coffee, or just work peacefully. All the Tri-Valley cities have very similar climates. However, we could highlight the hottest city here, Livermore. Whereas San Ramon and Danville have the same climate with the same day and night temperature. So from the May till the end of September, The daytime temperature is around 25 degrees Celsius, but it can go up to 34 degrees Celsius as well. The sky is always clear during the time in California, absolutely cloudless. The sky is blue like the ocean and pure. This way 34 degrees Celsius make feel like you're burning. So, people that prefer cooler temperatures like in San Francisco find it extremely hot here. And the winter is very pleasant here. Right now it's the end of November. I'm only wearing a lightweight jacket and I'm warm. The temperature often goes down to 18 degrees during winter. December and January are the coldest months. The temperature rarely goes down 8 degrees Celsius. Like everywhere in the Bay Area, rains start from the beginning of November and end in the middle of the April. I'd like to note that San Ramon has been occupying top positions in different ratings. For example, one famous online resource, Niche.com, has put San Ramon in the 16th position out of 524 as one of the best cities for families with the kids, and the 30th place of the best California cities. As for Contra Costa County, where San Ramon is located, the city takes second place among the best cities for growing kids, starting a family, and just living with your family. Only Moraga can get ahead San Ramon on this list. It's get on the first position. We'll talk about Moraga in the next episode. The population of San Ramon has grown 70% since 2000. About 76,000 people live here today. And almost 37% of population are immigrants, 46 and 5% of residents are Asian, 38 and 6% are white, 7% are Hispanic. The average age of the people here is 40 years old, and the average annual income per family is $160,000. 72% of people own a property, 27% of people rent it. Let's see why San Ramon has so many Asian people who are living here. These people are mainly Indians, but not all of them. Good schools are an important aspect here. Asian people often value a good education. The Doddering Valley High School, for example, is rated 10 out of 10 and is one of the top 30 California schools for math and science. 70% of its students are Asian ancestry. Here, a lot of Asian cuisine restaurants and little Asian shops. And Asian people also love new housing. And since we are on the topic of the schools, I'd like to note that there are many of them here and they are all well rated. 8, 9 and 10 points out of 10. All schools belong to San Ramon School District. They have 12 elementary schools, 2 high schools, and 4 middle schools. Now, let's talk about real estate. What's going on the San Ramon market? Well, first, I'd like to note that since spring 2020, when almost everyone began working from home, San Ramon started getting more attention. A lot of families moved here from Silicon Valley. Well, good schools, robust security, new housing, and a lot of nature. Every aspect of this place was so much more preferable. Of course, this provoked a housing shortage. San Ramon didn't have enough dwellings to offer. Houses, condos, etc. Everything was always sold out so fast, and starting from spring 2020, the situation got absolutely crazy. For example, the biggest house in supply was in April 2020, 125 houses. Houses or single-family residence, not condos or townhouses, whereas in October 2021 there were only 47 houses on a sale. What even is this when 47 houses are on a sale in a city with 76,000 residents? This is nothing. Real estate has a rule saying that a healthy market is when there is enough inventory supply for 3 months. This means that the market has enough houses that can be sold for 3 months, considering the current demand. If this number is less than 4 months, then this is considered the seller's market. If it's over 6 months, then it's its buyer market. And today, this number is 0.25. This means that the market has enough houses for only a week. The demand is really huge. Naturally, each house on the market gets several offers, all of which are higher than the initial price, over asking price. So, unfortunately, multiple offers and overbidding is the reality of San Ramon's market in 2021. Moreover, people mainly offer prices 10-15% more than the asking price. And sometimes overbidding goes as high as 20% more than asking price, even 35%. Let's look at such examples. As of October 2021, a house of 2,260 SQFT in San Ramon costed $1,670,000. A townhouse of 1,567 SQFT costed $1,028,000 in October 2021. And what about a condo with an area of a little 100 SQFT? On average, it costed $630,000. For example, here's a house on 1212 Via Messina that was listed for $1,698,000 and sold for $2,030,000. But these are just record price. They are not today's norm. And what about San Ramon's rented property? It's also pretty hard to find a condo, townhouse, or single-family house for rent. There are a lot of apartment buildings here, so you can also apply for those and rent an apartment in San Ramon. A 2-bedroom apartment costs $2,700 a month on average. A 3-bedroom option, $3,770. If you want to rent a townhouse or your own single-family house with a backyard, then you need to rent from landlords. So, a house or a townhouse of 1,500 SQFT costs around $4,000 a month. A freshly repaired 2,000 SQFT house can go up to $5,000 or $6,000 a month. A part of San Ramon is currently under construction. They are building a new neighborhood. 2 real estate builders, Lennar and Tollbros, are building new houses, condos and townhouses here. So if you want to buy property here, you should know almost everything is already sold. And if something is still left to buy, then it's not even begun building yet. So hurry up if you want to live here. There are 12 main neighborhoods in San Ramon. Older neighborhoods with houses built in the 60s are located on the south of the city, where it borders with Dublin. Those houses were initially smaller, around 1,000 SQFT, and newer housing was built to the north. Old neighborhood's signature feature is the fact that all their electrical wires and cords are connected to utility poles and look exposed. New neighborhoods don't look like this. Of course, this is not the only difference between new and old housing. I'd like to know that San Ramon's property taxes vary in different neighborhoods. In one neighborhood, taxes can be 125 from the property price, while in other it's 1 and 4, 1 and 8, etc. So it's always good to check tax rates before buying a property here. Let's talk about outdoor activities. What's here to do outside? Where can people take their kids or do sports? There are a lot of parks and hiking trails here. We know that one life isn't enough to see all of California. But you can upload the Outer Spatial app to make your life easier and see the number of trails right here in San Ramon. Choose a trail and go hiking. Then check that one in your app as one of the you've been on and choose another trail the next time. Essentially, this is a great place for outdoor sports and other activities. We have already mentioned that San Ramon borders with Danville and Dublin, and San Ramon residents often have to drive to Danville to get to such stores as Costco. And I'm 100% sure that Danville residents go to San Ramon for cinemas. They have 2 cinemas theaters here. One of them is pretty old, almost historic. And one new, very contemporary theater with 10 screening rooms, it's called The Lot. You can just sit here watching some new movie and then click on a button to call for a waiter and get the menu or the dish you order right during the film. They also have a cocktail bar here. Shopping is great here as well. They have a ton of grocery stores: Trader Joe's, Nob Hill, Target, Sprouts, and all of the other ones. And since it's San Ramon, there are a lot of Eastern food stores. So, if you want some curry, you can find any spices here. And they also have one Russian food store, European food. So, if you ever miss buckwheat, pelmeni or some herring, you can buy it here in San Ramon. The store's link is under the video. Hi Vika.
Hi.
I'm so glad to see you. You bought this house a year ago and please remind me what your main requirement for the house was. It was important for me to have a space where I can do photography, so I'm very happy with this house and its characteristics. This is exactly what I need. It's both my art and my source of income, so I value it a lot. I remember we visited you right after you moved here and it was all empty. And now this is a real photo studio. Congratulations! Thank you so much. So, wow. Let's talk a little about how this city is built differently. That its streets don't go like blocks, that there are a lot of communities here, the exits of which lead to the streets. So what are the benefits of this system? Yes, when we exit a community, we get on a pretty little trail, not some unsafe and polluted roadway. We usually end up on a hiking trail, a park, or a kids' playground. This is more environmentally friendly. The building density is not as high as in other cities. I also want to note that San Ramon has a lot of sidewalks. This isn't always the case for all the cities. True. And here sidewalks are everywhere, and they're very spacious. There's always grass near them, so it's nice to walk on them. It's a big plus. As soon as we got here, we were able to get our son to the preschool, a Russian preschool actually. It was impossible to get into a Russian preschool in Walnut Creek that has many Russian residents, and we did get into one in San Ramon, so we considered this city too. We didn't know a lot about this place before, so after we were taking our son to preschool, we went to hiking in San Ramon to look at their parks. My husband and I, we fell in love with this city because it's so green and full of nature. The hills aren't that big here. Some of them are, but other medium-sized hills that all host different neighborhoods look so pleasing to the eye. This is a great thing about this city. I've never seen this in other neighboring cities here. So, San Ramon is one of a kind. The streets are so beautiful. Everything is built in one architectural style. A lot of green everywhere. Have already said that San Ramon is the best place to work for you. You never need to look for a photo shoot location because you can find beautiful plants and trees everywhere here. Absolutely. Spring is full of pink shades, May is all red and white. Now it's fall and these earthy reddish colors are everywhere. It's so beautiful. I also know that the city has kids helping groups and not just kindergartens. Please tell us about it. I know that there is a Russian kids center called Raduga. They have lessons for children of all ages. They teach various subjects as Russian, math, and etc. My kid doesn't go there, so I'm not sure, but I know my friends tend to like it. And what do you think about the Russian School of Mathematics nearby? I've never been there, but I'm sure that it's a great option for a Russian community. It also helps keep the Russian language relevant after migration. It's nice to remember your mother tongue. Yeah, it's a challenge. And my child doesn't have Russian-speaking kids in his class. 70% of them are Asian, mainly Indian. People often call these people Hindu, but this is a religious term, people that belong to Hinduism. Whereas Indians, people are of Indian ancestry. This is our school. I don't see that many Asian people in the city. Only about a half of the people in the stores or parks are usually Asian. 50% of Indians and Chinese, others are of other different ethnicities. What's your school's rating? 9 or 10 out of 10. It's often that a lot of Asian students mean that the school is good. They like competition and like to study. Yes, we were prepared that a lot of Asian students will be somewhat of an educational challenge, but I feel secure with my son. Well, it's a positive competition. Those people like to study and they love knowledge. It's not a bad thing. Of course. What are the cons of living in San Ramon? Are there any? Maybe you've noticed something strange here, or... I know that Bart's far away from here, so it's probably hard for people that often go out of town. It's convenient that San Francisco is 45-50 minutes away from here. As well as Mountain View, San Ramon is in the middle. I found it useful. But you don't drive during rush hours. No, I don't. My shootings aren't usually scheduled during traffic hours. Perhaps those roads take longer for others, I'm not sure. The city is perfect for families. It's safe, it's very quiet and has a lot of kids, so there are playgrounds everywhere. These playgrounds are fun and very different with a variety of special features. We can walk to 3 playgrounds by foot from our house. It takes 5-15 minutes only, whereas in Walnut Creek, the nearest playground to us was 25 minutes away by foot. It's for those that are used to driving everywhere, even to the playground. Vika, thank you so much for meeting us and showing us your studio a year after. Thank you for the shoot. I'll be waiting for the photos. Hope that we did get something. We had so little time for that shoot. It got foggy out of nowhere even though we expected sunny weather. I'm sure we get some nice shoots. By the way, it's rare for San Ramon to get foggy. Super rare, it's true. It's like we're in San Francisco today. Sure, and they probably have sunny weather out there today. Thank you so much. See you next time. In a year. Find another excuse to come visit us a year later. For a photo shoot? Great. Deal. Bye. Bye. Hope you liked today's episode about San Ramon. It's a stunningly beautiful city with a new house and neighborhoods. If you did, then make sure to click thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Comment what city you'd like to see a video about and which topic you like the most. Real estate, rent or purchase. Maybe you'd like to hear about landscapes, shopping or see more interesting guests. Let's make this city guide as informative as possible for those who move here. You are the reason for us to improve. Goodbye, everyone.
Надеюсь
see you next
увидеться
time.
с вами скоро.
Bye-bye.
Пока-пока.